There is a high chance that you are a fashion lover and that you spend way too much money on fashion and you still feel like you have nothing to wear and no real unique personal style to show for yourself. Well, you're not alone with this. I feel like we're in a time where people have the most amount of clothing but the least amount of personal style ever. And it's not totally your fault, but it's your responsibility to fix. And let's muse about this concept that true style cannot be bought, how we can pull ourselves out of this shopping addiction rut and trap and blossom into a personal style icon, into our own personal style muse. So let's get straight into the video. So first thing that I want to get out of the way is that it's obvious that buying more doesn't build style. I mean, we all know trends, we all know the fashion cycle. It's a marketing scheme. Fashion trends and personal style should not interact and be dependent on each other ever. You can pull something out of trends, you can buy trends if it fits your personal style, but you don't buy trends to build personal style. This is not the way it goes, and it's just a pure waste of money and your own style potential, because you will never create something by buying. You create something by doing something, by creating something new, not by buying something and copy pasting an outfit that you saw on social media. And I completely get this idea that if I just buy this one thing or this thing, then I can mix and match it with this and that, and then my wardrobe will make more sense. But this is actually a fallacy, and it never works like that, and it never stops with this one additional piece, and it's just not worth it. And you will never build personal style by solely shopping and buying and over consuming. Of course, there is a difference of curating, accumulating over time, and building a wonderful and unique wardrobe. This is another topic. I'm talking about unconscious shopping, mindless shopping, and actual shopping addiction. I don't want to talk too much about the problem itself, but about the fact how we can get out of it and how we can transform our shopping addiction into blossoming personal style. The first step you need to take is take inventory, take stock of what you have. By this, I literally mean you pull out everything out of your wardrobe, and it can be a lot. You can split this in different days, for different weekends, whenever you have time, so you don't overwhelm yourself and you don't get into this emotional rut because of it. But look at the amount of clothing you have and how it makes you feel. Look at the pieces that still have the tags on, that you've never worn, that you actually love too, the pieces that you always gravitate towards, and just take stock of everything and not doing anything yet with the stuff. But while you take stock of everything, you can categorize it into the categories of tops, bottoms, dresses, skirts, whatever. Then the second step, decluttering, but mindfully. What I mean by that is you don't have to throw away everything that you didn't wear. Think about the intention you bought it with. Was it just because of a trend, because you saw it on your favorite influencer? Was it because you just wanted to buy something that day to make yourself feel better? Really take stock also of the energy of these pieces and how they make you feel. If they're connected to a certain time in your life that you don't really like to remember. Things and clothes hold energy. I'm a big believer of letting go of negative, heavy energy that doesn't serve anymore. And yes, this may sound a little bit woo-woo, but honestly, it will take away baggage out of your closet and will make room for more empowering pieces. Ask yourself if the piece brings you joy. Does it actually suit your lifestyle, or is it just a fantasy self product that you will most likely never wear? Or is it so uncomfortable that you don't feel like yourself in it? Does this represent the version of me I want to be, or the person I am? Clothing doesn't need to exactly represent who you are as a person, but it needs to make you feel good. And while doing all of that, try to let go of guilt. Don't think too much about the sunken costs that came with all of these things. Instead, focus on repurposing these things or reselling these things or donating these things. There's always a way. Don't throw them away, please. After decluttering, pause. Don't buy anything for a certain amount of time. Depending on the level of your shopping addiction or overconsumption, I would advise you to at least take a month off of shopping, a no buy month. Or if your shopping addiction reached a point where you have debt collecting, I recommend to go for a no buy year or a low buy year with strict rules on what you can actually buy, a one in, one out rule, which means if you buy one more purse, you need to sell another, and so on and so forth. This will help you keep you in check and give yourself a framework mentally which you can follow then. Because if you're just saying, okay, I will shop mindfully, you can still fall into the trap of buying and buying and buying, but making it seem that it's not so superficial and quick anymore because you've just decluttered. Other rules could be only thrifted, you only have the permission to buy for certain special events, or no new handbags at all because this may be your weakest spot. So you really have to think about your own set of rules if going for a low buy. But for the first month, I really truly recommend a no buy because it really resets your brain and dopamine receptors, and it really helps to get to ground zero first. While you have all that time on your hands when you're not shopping anymore, you're not looking for something to buy, you now have the time and opportunity to create. And this is where the magic happens, because you don't create personal style from buying, you create it by creating it, by exploring and finding out your own preferences, your own ideals, and what works for you essentially. Try to experiment with combinations within your wardrobe that exists now after decluttering. Push your comfort zones. Purposefully don't go for the go-to items. Try to incorporate other items mixed in with your all-time favorite go-to items. Challenge yourself. Try a 5-day no repeat challenge where you don't repeat an outfit or a piece. Depending on the quantity of your clothing, you can go very far with it and really stretch your wardrobe and the ideas and the inspiration for what you already have. And you're not only being more creative, you're also training yourself to have more fun with getting dressed again, which is the whole purpose of this actually. And also one thing that I want to mention here is when creating your daily outfits, take one mirror selfie a day. This is so important because you will notice a pattern, which brings us into the next point. Observe and define your style DNA. I'm not talking about the 3-word method. I'm not even talking about Kitchener's Essence or Kibbe body type or anything. Even though I'm a big fan of Kitchener's Essence or the Kibbe body type, I'm not talking about this here. Observing and finding patterns in your style, in your selfies, will help you understand what type of silhouettes look best on you. In what type of clothing do you feel most comfortable, most like yourself, most empowered? What does truly spark joy for you? And you will notice it in the selfies, in the outfits you will create. What colors or textures do you gravitate towards? Which colors and textures you didn't really enjoy wearing? This is also important to notice, and this is why we need to incorporate a lot of what we have so we can really pinpoint what it is that actually hurts us in our closet. What themes come up again and again? Meaning, are you more sporty? Is your style very oriented on being comfortable and flowy? Or is it more oriented on a very feminine style or very eclectic? Or can it just not be pinned down to anything, which is also a personal style? Is it very playful or is it very minimalistic and edgy? It can be everything and all of those things at once, but still trying to observing it and creating a pattern and style DNA. You can also write about it and journal about it and truly think about what the pattern is, so you won't fall into a trap of buying into trends in the future that actually don't suit your style preferences at all. Moving on to the next part. Now that a lot of time has passed, at least 1 month of no buying or even more, how do we build and curate our unique wardrobe and closet intentionally? First of all, curate slowly. I say this all the time. Don't go out just because the month or the year is over and buy and buy and buy. You don't want to go there. You wanted to change the past self of yours, so don't try to bring her back now. Invest in quality over quantity. This should be a daily mantra for you. It's not about the Zara piece. Oh, sometimes it can be the Zara piece. I don't want to put affordable clothing down for different reasons. Sometimes it is the Zara piece, but most times it's just not. And most times it's actually the thrifted piece, or no piece at all because you have a lot in your closet already. It's a process of not deciding quickly and just now. Also, if you tend to buy impulsively, try to give yourself a 2-week period before investing into something. You can give yourself budget restrictions here. For example, if something costs over 100 euros, you will give yourself 1 week, and so on and so forth. So it depends on your personal budget, but also on the quantity of the clothing you already have. Create a mood board and style vision, and I'm not talking about pinning outfits on Pinterest and trying to copy pasting them. I have made a video on how Pinterest destroys your personal style. If you're interested in that, go ahead and watch it. And I've made tons of other videos of how you can incorporate inspiration and use it. Inspiration can be everything. Inspiration can be a photo of a nature, it can be a piece of art, it can be a book, it can be whatever. It can be whatever you want it to be. The style vision is just something for you to remind yourself what your red line in your personal style should be. If you're not very confident with colors and you're just not gravitating towards color, but you want to incorporate more, find out about your color season. Knowing your personal color season can help you with getting more comfortable with colors and incorporating it more often in your style, which then will set your style apart from the rest, because again, it's another layer of uniqueness and individuality that you can create with color. Because nowadays we're very afraid of color, as I've already mentioned in my chromophobia video. And then with building your closet, focus on versatility and longevity with your pieces. This ties into the quality thing, but I just wanted to mention it again because it's just so important that we don't spend the money on random stuff and try to be as mindful about the quality and the versatility with all the other pieces in our closet as well. And last but not least, and also truly speaking, I feel like this could be the first step as well. Shift your mindset. Shift your mindset from being a trend follower to being your personal trendsetter and muse. It's all about the self-concept here. Sometimes it's about being the Lulu and trying to trick yourself into something or someone that you aren't at the moment right now. You can go from compulsive shopper to intentional dresser. You can play dress up without the need to buy. You are just doing fine without buying something new. You are enough and you are beautiful enough and pretty enough without the new piece. Maybe it's honestly just about these affirmations and mantras you can create for yourself that will catapult you from your past self or your current self to your future self that doesn't overspend, that doesn't overconsume, that is confident in her own style and style identity, and is immune to the outside noise of trends and influencers and social media. I hope I could provide value with this video, and please share your personal story with this because I totally relate to this topic, as I was not necessarily a shopping addict, but I was a compulsive shopper and I was constantly so unsatisfied with my wardrobe, with my style, and the less I buy and the less frequent I buy things, the more satisfied I am with the result of my personal style. And since it's my job to help hundreds of women worldwide to create their own personal capsule wardrobes, it's just something I hear over and over again that we struggle with the overbuying, with the stuff, with the clutter, and not actually having something that is worthwhile and feels good to us. So I just want to hear your personal story and maybe hear your tips that you can share with us on how we can get from being a shopping addict or compulsive shopper to our own personal style muse and icon. So let's muse, let's talk about it. I cannot wait to read your comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.